You're watching Tea and Poetry with Dave Steele, the blind poet.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another week of Tea and Poetry. As you can probably see, for those of you who have useful vision, we're just waiting on Barry, who is on a call at the moment. Never stops working. Always business, business, business. But yeah, a fantastic week of Tea and Poetry. Been looking forward to this. We took a little bit of a break last week, and Barry has been away for a couple of weeks now. But we have got a fantastic week. We are going to wait for more people to join. Just a few minutes. I'm going to say who's out there. Hello to Travis. We've got some new faces. Alison Berger, congratulations and welcome back. And we're going to be talking about the call we did the other night as well. Sedona Dave, who celebrated his birthday. We've got some new faces, as we said. Sandra, Torrey. Good to see you all. There's a few more people who are going to be joining on momentarily. Barry's just ordering his pizza. Extra pepperoni. He's ordering there with olives and there. No, we're all good. So welcome to what is going to be a special week of Tea and Poetry. We've got lots to talk about. We're going to be sharing some new poetry. Barry will be going through all the kind of technical stuff, how to get involved, how to get interactive, and everything else in just a few moments. I'm just receiving a message through Facebook there. This week, we are going to be doing a little bit of a special episode of Tea and Poetry, because we are going to be talking about how our families are affected, in a lot of cases, actually more than we are, and certainly in a different way. We've been talking about this over the last few weeks, about how great a forum this is, and how it's important with a lot of the support groups that are out there on the likes of Facebook for people like ourselves to connect and talk to other people who are going through the same thing. But where do our families go? I know there's a few support groups out there, and I wanted Tea and Poetry this week to be that place. So we're going to be talking about that in just a little while. But Barry, welcome back.
Hello, everyone. It is great to be back. I want to first of all apologize for coming on and being on this call. It's been literally nonstop since the moment I walked into the office, and it's just been one of these crazy days. So thanks so much for your patience. Great to be back. I miss everyone here. I miss the tribe. It's been way too long since I was on the last Tea and Poetry. Last week I was on vacation. The week before, I don't remember where I was. Maybe you can remember that, where I was?
Not a clue. You were on a flight. You were on a. I think you were on a plane.
Oh yes, I was. Yes, I was flying back from Baltimore. Yes, that's where I was. Yes. So yeah, sorry about that. It's cannot keep up with my schedule, but all good. I'm happy to be here and been looking forward to this all day. Great to see some faces that I have not seen on here in a long time. Glad everyone is here. And I just want to go through the startup as far as what we normally go through here. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, welcome. Over the next 50 plus minutes, we are going to hear from the one and only Dave Steele and his masterful poetry. We are going to be talking everything about sight loss, and we are going to interact. In a few moments, I am going to turn on everyone's video. I'm going to promote everyone to become a panelist. If you're feeling shy, we understand, but we encourage you to, participate. For those of you who haven't been on here for a while or new, this is your first time joining us, we really feel, and it's actually, I firmly believe, Dave, you can agree with me on this, that by having everyone's video on, it really creates a much stronger experience and a better experience for all. So we're going to do that. You'll have the opportunity to join in. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Allison. Hey, Barb. Just truly incredible. So great to be here. Travis. Great stuff. So you can also, by the way, you can also send a message through the chat, through the Q&A. I will be monitoring. I'm on my desktop today. I'm not on my cell phone, so I'm here. All hands on deck here, and I am going to Thank you, Jennifer. I am going to start putting on everyone's video, and Dave, I'm going to let you take it away.
Yeah, so as we were just kind of talking about just before Barry came back on there, this week we're going to talk a little bit. Hopefully, this is going to work because we really are kind of playing this by ear tonight. I know Barb's out there. I know we've got a few people out there. It's really down to you guys, the discussion tonight. I'm going to kind of try and open it up and lead it, but if there's anyone out there listening who is with a family member, is on the other side of looking after or supporting someone, living with someone with different challenges, disability, low vision, blindness, whatever you want to call it, and can talk about that different perspective, then this is the time to kind of come forward in this hour. We want to start the conversation off and see where it goes from there. But as I said, it is down to you guys. I'm not going to force it. I have got other things we can talk about tonight because not only is it our first team poetry back for a little while with Barry, but also today, Barry, I'm sure you're aware of this. Perhaps not. I know you've had a busy day, but it is International Guide Dogs Day today. International Guide Dogs Day today, and I do have a piece of poetry lined up for that as well.
I did not know that.
Yeah, but to kick it all off, I am going to read a piece of poetry to really start the conversation about the whole family thing and the way it affects not only us, but all those around us if you are supporting living with someone who is losing their sight or living with different challenges. This is a poem I wrote last week. It's called Till the Day My Vision Break, and it goes like this. I'm not ready for the day when I'll no longer see your face. I don't know when that time will come. Cling on to slightest trace. I gaze a little longer, soak the precious moments in. Each day that I can see to me feels like the biggest win. Our children growing up too fast, the time's just flying by. Yet vision keeps on fading, no matter how I try. But I've been taught a lesson by blindness and its tests. I see more through this tunnel. It's my focus. I feel blessed. They say that we don't miss things until they're nearly almost gone. And I know once my vision's past, our lives will no doubt carry on. Yet there is still a sadness in these moments that I see. Each birthday and occasion, each anniversary. You'll notice me there smiling, watching all as it unfolds, trying hard to keep it in, but my heart inside explodes. So though I'm far from ready to give up the sight of you, I wouldn't change our life and all the things that we all do. There's far too many moments, memories we're yet to make, and I'll be soaking them all in to the day my vision breaks.
I'm still writing. So, as always, there's nothing like a piece of Dave Steele poetry. The last line, was it memories of yet to create? Is that the line?
Far too many moments, memories we're yet to make.
Yeah. So, and I think something for all of us, it's about always, trying to focus on the future, about creating new memories. And it's something that, to me, that's what stood out from this particular piece. Feeling blessed. I'm always feeling blessed. It's personally to be part of this community and to have the friendship and the relationship with everyone here and beyond. So I feel that, as we always talk about, there are so many memories that have yet to be created. And I feel that that's what, to focus on to the future is something that we should all always, try to strive and work on.
There's an analogy that I didn't actually use in this poem, but the poem kind of touches on the feeling of what I'm about to say. And I have said this before. I don't know if I've said it on here. When I talk about the way I see, when I talk about retinitis pigmentosa and having that tunnel of vision, I've spoke about in poetry before, previously, about being, when I look through my tunnel of sight, do I focus on the blur and haze that's the tunnel, or the beauty that I can still see with my remaining sight. And that is truly the battle, the fine line that most people kind of go between each day. It's flipping from, one day being optimistic and positive and focusing on the things that we have, the beauty that we can see, the positives in our life, to then quite naturally, because we're human, having a down day and focusing on the negative. And I think that's the way a lot of people kind of experience disability, different challenges, and low vision. It's that constant flip between the two. And one of the things that I've really learned through this whole thing is to really focus on that beauty more.
Right.
And I use the poetry not just to help other people, but to remind myself. So yeah, that is kind of the feeling of that poem. It's reminding ourselves that it's natural to take a step back on special occasions, special moments, and wonder, I talk about the anniversaries, the birthdays. Is this going to be the last birthday that I see my children's face? Is this going to be the last time this? It's natural to kind of have those moments and feel those things, but then you flip it around and talk, and remind yourself, actually, despite all of this, there's plenty more memories to make, and how lucky and blessed I am. And I think that kind of sums it up.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. And listen, I was just on the phone with that call that I was on just a few moments ago, and this gentleman was telling me that he has to go up to visit his father out of state, who decided that the dialysis is not working for him, and he's probably going to be preparing for a funeral in the next week or so. And it's everyone's thrown curveballs, and we were saying that it's just nothing. There's no such thing as this like silver lining, this clear path, stress-free. It exists with everyone, and we all have challenges to face on so many different levels. And so, like you were saying, don't let the negativity bog you down. Trust me, negative thoughts can really and easily and quickly get into our head, but it's also just as simple to say, no, I'm not going to let that negative feeling empower me. And I start, to change that storyline internally and think positive. So listen, I have my own personal stress. Everyone's got their own stress, right? And even just, at the end of the day, like yesterday, it's a lot going on. I said, wow, okay, we got through the day. We accomplished X, Y, Z. Able to change that mindset, wake up in the morning, again, think positive and restart that process. So it's not easy, but we definitely all have some great memories to create, and happy to be a part of it. So let's go ahead. Go ahead. You want to share it? Go ahead. You want to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to say, so what I want to do is I want to kind of do things slightly differently tonight, because I really want to get interactive, and hopefully there's going to be people out there that will have a lot to say on this subject. I'm hoping there's going to be a few family members out there, partners, loved ones, that can really kind of, give their opinions on this. That poem there was about how I feel being around my family and the kind of emotions that throws up. But as we said, very importantly, and this is the place to talk about it tonight, there is a whole other side of that conversation. It's how our families, look at us, and how it's a struggle for them to not be able to, take it away sometimes when we're having these bad days. So I want to get interactive. Before we do that, though, I am going to read you one piece of poetry to really kick off this conversation. And this piece of poetry was not written by me, but was written by Mrs. Amy Steele, who is just to the side of me now. And I'm going to read this because I don't think she'll be able to read this without, tears have already started. So I'm going to read this. She wrote this for me about a week ago, I think.
Before you start, I just want to say thank you to Sandra for the reminder.
Thank you. Yeah, well done. It's normally me that does that. So yeah, this poem was written. I think we spoke about this briefly, Barry, but I know you've been really busy. But my vision's had another dip, and my central vision is starting to kind of go quite rapidly now. So I've had a few kind of changes with that as far as the way it's been affecting me to get around and get out and things like that here. So Amy wanted to write a poem to kind of remind me, but this is a great piece of poetry to kick off the conversation. And I'm going to read it now while Amy's in floods of tears at the side of me. This is called I See You. And she's honestly trying to take my job. Here we go. I see you. I see you rub your eyes most every morning when you wake. You try to rub RP away, so vision it won't take. I see you. I see you write your poems, pour your heart onto the page. I see you watch our children wishing that they wouldn't age. I see you. I see you so much more now. Scan the room to light adjust. Most times that doesn't happen now. Hold back my tears, I must. I see you. I see the fear within your eyes, though you always try to hide. Your vision changes daily, now it ebbs and flows like tide. I see you. I see you try to focus on our faces, take your time. The thought that one day you won't see them feels like the worst of crimes. I see you. I see your battle getting harder, day by day it grows. You tell the world about it, hoping it will ease their woes. I see you. I see you taking in each moment, soaking them all in. Each day, though it gets harder, you won't let the blindness win. I see you. I see you out with your white cane. You use it much more now. And although it is tinged with sadness, you walk proud, show others how. I see you. I see your passion when you speak. It's traveled far and wide. It's very clear to the lives you've touched. You're always on their side. I see you. I see you beam with pride when helping others if they need. You reach your heart right out to them with your words, their souls you feed. I see you. I see the husband, father, friend, and adore the man you are. And though at times you need reminding, you have come so far. I see you. I see you show our children every day walk tall and proud. And no matter hand you're dealt in life, don't let it become your shroud. I see you. I see your heart, it's fit to burst when loved ones are together. Reach out your hands when you need us, for we'll be here forever. There we go.
I'm going to let someone from the audience comment on that beautiful piece. I'm going to unmute everyone. Anyone want to go ahead and share their thoughts on that?
Hi, Dave.
Hey, how you doing?
You can hear me. Hi, it's Cindy.
Hi, Cindy.
Dave, that was such a beautiful piece your wife wrote. You know, you are still the same wonderful person you always were. And, you know, others see us struggling and persevering and being independent, and you don't realize the impact it makes. You know, you got a beautiful family, you got a guide dog, you know, our pets lead us on too. But, you know, just, you know, like I always say to someone, that you got that person there that loves you. They're there to support you. So no matter what negativity you may feel, you've got your son, you've got your sons, your wife, and that's an awesome thing. And the guide dog, your best friends, and they're not going to leave your side. And,
Yeah,
you know, every day you persevere. And
I think he's left my side now. He's upstairs lying on one of the kids' beds, I think.
Oh, well,
is he?
that's okay. That's okay. Look at you. You went to San Francisco. You're doing all these awesome things. And, you know, we struggle daily with things. We say, no, I can't do this. Oh, my God, I got to go here. The ride bus may not come at this time. And you know what? We got to get past that and know there's resources and people that we can call and say, no, I'm not going to let this stop me. I'm not going to let that stop me. My own negativity or anything that anybody else might throw. No, we're going to persevere forward. We get knocked down a few times and pushed back, but we've got to get up and go forward because there's a purpose for us.
Can I ask you something, Cindy?
Yes.
So I don't know your kind of family setup, but I do want to ask you, because this is kind of what we're talking about tonight. Your nearest and dearest, your closest, your family. I don't know if there's a partner there, or your family. I don't know if you have children. How do they cope with your low vision and blindness?
Well, I have people that are out of state at the moment, family wise, but I have friends that have been like family to me, we're talking 25 years or more. And these people are here like glue. I mean, they want to support me. They worry if I say, well, because I just made a big move, actually. A blessing came to me. It's a beautiful place. It's peaceful. It's surreal. I can, we have peace and tranquility, and I'm moving forward now in my walk and everything. And everybody came to help me. They said, oh my God, you're trying to do this all on your own. Well, of course I can't drive. Nobody wants me behind the wheel, but these people are here like family. They are family to me because they've been with me through thick and thin. First thing is, you can't cross the street to go over there. I said, why can't I cross the street? I used to cross where I live. No, you might let it call us. Don't try to do on your own. Well, I said, why? What's going to change? Actually, I'm near the RIPTA buses now too. Everything is around me. But that love and care means a lot. If you need us, we're there.
One of the things I really noticed in my kind of very short time, and I can't wait to get back to, Rhode Island and the Boston area, is the sense of community you guys have got there.
Yes.
It really is, I felt at home straight away there. I mean, I know so many amazing people.
And I mean, just the people in Insight. Like when I moved, I'm not the highest person, as Barry knows, and at the technical field, but I got people I could call right now if I had a problem. I said to Doreen, where's the link? There's no link. How come they didn't remind me? Oh, it's not there. Well, I said, how am I supposed to get it? She goes, I'll get you an old link. Don't worry, you'll get back on. I said, all right, Doreen, I made it this far. I had another person from technical come here, and she set up my Alexa dot so easily for me. They helped me with different things I needed to do because I always had that mentality, and I have people around me who will do it for me. One of my old roommates got blessed on the 3rd floor. She goes, I'm here, whatever you need. My other friends, any hour. So they're being very supported. And one of my friends has macula, but it's not to the point where she can't drive. So I got people closer than family that want to be here through every step of it. And that means a lot. I could call anybody at any hour and they're there.
That's fantastic.
They want to see me get a guide dog. And of course, another pet would be fantastic. It makes a difference kind of, when you got a pal walking with you. My beautiful cat who just tail went flashing across the screen a while back in her face. She can't come out of the building, but she's a good pal. And I got people all around me, which is fantastic. And the organization
it sounds like you're truly blessed, Cindy. It really does.
Yeah, and I'm trying to persevere. I mean, I get my times when I go backwards and say, oh God, that's beyond me. I can't do that. Or if I go at this hour, I got to worry about transportation. But I have a special phone too, where you hit 0 for the operator. It's a great call, lively phone, and they will come on and give me an Uber ride. They've set everything up for you if you need it. So, and there's always I've always found there's a kind person out there. They want to know if they could help. Of course, we're going to use caution with that, but there's always someone kind that wants to help. And it's a good thing.
And I think that is the way, actually, the world gets such a bad rap these days, but there's actually, so many more kind people and good people out there than there is negative. Yeah. And I think that's something we need. Listen, Cindy, I want to kind of move on to somebody else, but say thank you so much once again for joining us. Great opinion. I'm so glad you've got, the support that you have out there, and keep coming back and stay with us.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Who else have we got out there, Barry?
We've got Travis. Take it away.
You are watching live team coverage right here, right now on Team Poetry TV, brought to you by Audi, featuring the electrification future of their electric vehicles. Kellogg cereal, well-known cereal for many years for breakfast. Sedona Dave's Tours, featuring Sedona Dave's Tours in Arizona, and the Go See Foundation, serving the Central Coast for more than 5 years, and includes leisurely activities. With Allison
you have to give the Go See Foundation a plug tonight, don't you, Travis?
Yep.
How are you, Travis?
The big boss Allison's watching.
Hey, Barry, so good to see you back.
Thank you. I was So by the way, last week, I don't know if Sedona Dave mentioned it or if he was on last week, but you mentioned Sedona Dave tours, like see Sedona Blind. My family was the proud recipient of See Sedona Blind. And we had the honor to hit the trails last week, I think it was. Yes, last week in Sedona.
Hey, you were in AZ last week, weren't you?
I was.
Wow.
Yes. It was quite an experience. We had a great time.
Travis, I've got to ask you. I know you've not got your camera on this evening. I just wondered if there was a reason for that. I loved seeing your face when I was on the call with Alison and the other group a couple of nights ago. Are you out, or are you able to put your camera on?
It must not be enabled on this call. That's probably what it is. Okay.
Let me see if I can ask to start video. I just clicked. Let's see if you get.
Hold on a second here.
There he is.
Aha.
There he is. By the way, congratulations, Travis, on those additional awards that you continue to rack up from the Home Depot.
Hey, thanks.
You're welcome.
You are a superstar employee, aren't you?
Yep, I am. I love working for Home Depot, so.
Yeah, I'm going to tell my wife, I'm going to Home Depot to get some stuff. And she'll say, when you can be back? Well, I got to take a trip over to the Central Coast to the Home Depot over there, and then I'll be right back.
There we go.
So that's great. Things doing well for you at work?
They are just staying busy. Just, our garden department's taking off because it's the time of year to garden and everything.
Yep.
How's the kitchen coming on?
It is coming along great. We got the majority of our cabinets in the kitchen. So the only area that we have to work on is the sink-based cabinet, as well as the kitchen sink, the cabinet to the right of the dishwasher, and then our new dishwasher, and then our cabinet job will be done. So really, we got like 2 more cabinets to get into the kitchen.
Okay, fantastic. Moving along. Huh?
But hey, Dave, so I was on Facebook the other day, and one of the ACB community calls I was joining, just recently, I added a new friend request to my Facebook account. Do you know somebody named Ron Brooks, Dave Steele?
I do. That's a name I've not heard in a long time. But yeah, I do know Ron Brooks.
How do you know him?
I just believe he's someone that's kind of followed me, a long time ago, right at the beginning, but not for a while. Why'd you ask?
Well, because one of the community calls I participate in, he does Untangling the Transportation once a month on the third Wednesday of each month.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I've not heard that name in a long time.
Yeah, either have I.
Yeah. No, because I sent him a friend request, and it says you were one of his mutual friends, Dave.
Yeah, your name that's right. Up. Yeah, it's someone that's kind of used to follow my page, but as I said, it's someone I've not heard from in a long time.
Yeah, no, he's got his own business. The Untangling the Transportation is called Accessible Avenue. He and his wife are like running it, and plus they're like, I didn't realize they both are singers too. They sing.
Oh wow! Okay, fantastic.
But speaking of ACB, you do have some prospective interest who might want to join this call possibly. I talked about you guys in one of my calls the other night.
That's that's what we ask of you guys every week, is to spread the word about Tea and Poetry, get more people tuning in, and once they're part of the tribe, you never leave, do they?
Well, and hopefully we can get some more interest from last Monday's meeting, which will be great from our group.
Absolutely. It was. I'm sure Alison's going to come on and talk shortly. I hope she does anyway. But I just wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone that was on that call the other night. For those of you who are not aware, I did a call for one of Alison's many groups. But the Go See Foundation did a Zoom call on Monday. It was 10 p.m. my time. I sat down in the kitchen while everyone was in bed, and we had a fantastic hour. It was great to meet some new people, and I think we've got some of them listening in tonight as well. Or today, I should say.
Yeah, no, it was a great call. I mean, Dave told a great story about his journeys, and I have to say it's a good. Excuse me, sorry, I got a frog in my throat, but it was a great call. I mean, It was just a great time.
Thank you.
Yes,
And
it
Barry, I'm
was.
going.
Oh,
Yes,
there
Alison,
she
there
is.
she is.
Hey, how
Hey,
are you,
Alison.
Travis? Hi, guys.
Hey, Allison.
Hey, Allison, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Doing
Good to
great.
see you, Barry.
Good to see you as well. You're seeing me as a fully recharged battery.
Yeah.
You need a vacation from the vacation, though.
I'm a little jet lagged, but we're doing well. We're doing well.
Yeah, great. No, yeah, Monday was awesome. I really appreciate your time, Dave, and the stories that you told, and just your journey and your passion. You know, it touches everyone's heart. And the poem, and just, you know, what you were talking about earlier is you can have those days where you're not feeling up to par, but then when you talk to somebody else, anytime I've reached out to you, you are the fastest responder, and you've been an inspiration to me. I remember texting you when I was getting ready to go in surgery back in 2020. And just the support that you give to people one-on-one, and what you provide, and the poems, I think touch a lot of hearts. And also it's easy to have a conversation then with loved ones, because that kind of, it opens the door for a conversation, in my opinion.
Yeah, this is kind of what I wanted to touch on
Right.
tonight is you know, from that kind of loved one's perspective, there is so many different sides to that. And you know, I as you rightly say, I speak to a lot of people, and you know, it's not just the poetry that I write, it's talking to people you know, in the daytime and at all hours. And you know, I've had a lot of different perspectives on the way family can be. I mean, we just heard from Cindy there, who has got, you know, family distant, but she's got a great support system around her. It's just as important to say, though, it's not like that for everyone. I'm sure, you know, with your work with the Go See Foundation, you've seen different sides as well. I've heard of, you know, partners, husbands, wives walking away when there's been a diagnosis of, you know, low vision, blindness, disability, because it's been too much for them. Friends have walked away, family members not understood. You know, these things, you know, do happen. So, you know, I think it's something that needs to be talked about more. But also, you know, for those that do stay around, it is that, okay, I'm going to use a kind of analogy. So I'm not going to mention any names, but a good friend of mine contacted me a couple of weeks ago because you know, whenever he's struggling or I'm struggling, we do what friends do, and we're there for each other. And him and his partner have been trying for a baby, and it's not been happening, and they've been wanting to go down the fertility treatment route, but that's not going to be an option now as well. So obviously his girlfriend is like really upset about it. And from the guy's side, he's kind of like, his emotions are different, because he sees something that he has no control of. And men just want to, like, very matter of fact, if something is broken, we're going to try and fix it. And if we can't fix it, we're going to get frustrated that we can't fix it. And
sorry, can I just put in there that also applies to women?
Yes, absolutely.
We also get frustrated when we can't fix things.
Yes, no, but this is what I was going to say. So that, to me, is kind of what it's like for our family members.
Yeah.
For those people on the outside, like Amy just rightly said, you know, we see someone that we love struggling, and we just want to take that away. Well, naturally, and we want to fix it. But the fact that sometimes we can't is the frustrating part, and that's the part that sometimes makes our families struggle more than we do, because we're just trying to get on with things or whatever else, but they see us struggling. So, you know, I know there's people out there, you know, with the partners tonight. So, you know, I want more people to kind of come in and give the perspective on that. But that's kind of, you know, what I get from speaking to families, and obviously speaking to Amy and everything else. It's that hopelessness of not being able to just fix it or take it away.
Right. I have a great support system. I mean, my husband's great, but I know of people that, like you said, don't have that. And it's really difficult to reach out, but people are there to support you. And, this kind of group, that's exactly what it's about. It's about listening and being there and helping individuals on their path, and trying to let them know that, there will be good days and bad days, but you can have a lot more good days. And if you just ask or reach out, and I know it's hard. I mean, I've had my struggles, but it's beautiful when you can sit back and try and realize what you do have, and be thankful.
I think that's why there needs to be more of a forum, a place for, the families, the partners, and go to kind of connect with each other as well. Like, this is why I kind of wanted to do tonight, is because, we have that, we have a lot of support groups out there, where we can connect with people who are going through the same thing. And it's so important to us. But it's just important that they have it as well, I think.
Exactly.
Just going off topic a second, going back to the other night on Monday when we did the Go See Foundation Zoom call. I just wanted to say it wasn't, we talked about my story, we shared poetry, but we had some great fun as well, and I really loved. I got a great response to talking about Austin's Amazing Adventures. I read Austin's Amazing Adventures to you and the group, which I'd love to get your thoughts on that, and also the poem at the end, which I think was your first time hearing. I think. About the perspective from the cane as well, which I've read on here a few times as well. What are your thoughts on those things?
I had a couple of phone calls about Austin's Amazing Adventures, the book. That is amazing. So I'm super excited for that to get over here into the States. I think it's great. A lot of positive feedback. I never had heard, to your second question, the perspective from the cane, and there was so many people that really enjoyed that. It was great. And yeah, I loved it. So I think you're doing phenomenal, and keep writing. And Amy, yeah, she's going to be, she may be, you may have two people now in your household that is going to be publishing books, right? And
well, in fact, actually, I mean, you should be aware of this because you've got Stand By Me RP.
I have all three copies.
But I think the last poem in book 2 and 3, I think, are written by Amy.
Oh,
the
really?
Yeah, if you turn to the last poem, certainly in volume 3, and I think in volume 2 as well. I'm not 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure the last poem in both of those books was written by Amy.
Okay, I'll have to go and.
So you'll have to check that out. Anyone that's got those books, have a little look and check that out. But yeah, I mean, going back to the response or the need for that conversation, and support for the families. It just goes to show every time Amy writes a piece of poetry like that, the response it gets out there from people on the support groups is amazing, because there is such a need for it. And also, just on the point of Austin's Amazing Adventures, I did announce on the call on Monday, but I haven't talked about it on Tea and Poetry, and I want to make that announcement now. Of course, you can go to theblindpoet.net and order a copy of Austin's Amazing Adventures, but I have a small request for people who haven't got their copies just yet, because as of a few days ago, you can now order a copy of Austin's Amazing Adventures from the Foundation Fighting Blindness website, which if you just basically put in shopblindness.com, that will take you straight to the shop part of Foundation Fighting Blindness's website. And if you go on there, all the proceeds, the profits of the book go to Foundation Fighting Blindness, which is in aid of searching for cures for conditions like RP and Usher syndrome and all these kind of different blinding conditions. But yeah, at the moment they've got a number of books that they took from us. So my request is go and order your book from Foundation Fighting Blindness, because I want them to sell out on their website as quick as possible, so they can really see how there's a real demand for these books. So help me do that. Go and order a book and donate to Foundation Fighting Blindness.
And one note on that, I just want to say is I love that it has a download audio version, which is great for people who are totally blind. And also the questions on the back of the book, which are amazing, that were from teachers, to have a discussion and to start that early with children, is I think incredible. Like I said on my call when we did have you on Monday, is I wish those books were available to me as a child,
Well, actually, it's funny you should say that, but we've got a few new people on the call tonight, and I believe we have, from the UK, we have a visually impaired and VI teacher on the call this evening. And Tori, if you were out there and you'd like to come and speak up at some point, I'd love for you to come and join the conversation.
Yes, Tori is here. I also, while we're talking about Austin's amazing adventures, I want to talk about our official program director for Austin's amazing ambassador.
Yeah, we need to bring her
Calhoun.
in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Barb is here.
Hey,
Bring
Barb.
Barb on.
Hey, Barbara.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, how are you?
Hey.
I'm here with Katie tonight, my daughter, who's a little camera shy. So,
Okay, me too.
I wanted her to just to kind of hear everybody talk about this topic. I knew going in what this topic was going to be tonight. And one thing that her and I were chatting was about how even at her age, at 13, her responsibilities with me are very different than other 13-year-olds. She's in charge of making sure I don't trip down the stairs and walk into door frames, even though sometimes we fail at that, but it's it's okay. Sometimes we walk in door frames anyways, but she has other challenges as my child that, I mean, I'm sure you've seen Dave Austin, the same way. Like, they have to be aware to make sure that mom and dad know that there's a pothole coming up in the sidewalk, or tripping hazard or whatever. And that can be hard on them sometimes, where they have to put aside, their 13-year-old brain and step into being more aware and more adult.
100%. We were actually talking about this the other day. There's and Amy will explain a little bit more on this. We were talking about there's kind of some support you can get from the government here, and for Austin to be registered as what they call a young carer. I think Amy was talking about it with a colleague at work who's going to help get the ball rolling on it. But what they do is they offer like treats and things every now and again, don't they, for anyone that's registered as a young carer?
Just a brief overview of it is basically if he's registered as a young carer, he'll get to kind of have meetups with other young carers, so other children that are carers for family members, which kind of gives them a common ground. They do like nice days out for like respite, so where they have a day off to just basically be a child and not do the caring side of it. And it's all things like that, and they get nice, at celebration times of the year, like the holidays and Easter, and they get nice days out and treats and things like that. But it's just a nice thing, I think. Nice thing to have.
It is nice.
Yeah,
it's a nice
really
program.
Cool. Kidding. Anyways, but yes, to go back to what Barry said, I'm very excited for this opportunity to just work with you guys and as program director with Austin's Amazing Ambassadors. And just to go back a little bit to that first poem, Dave, I See You. Yesterday, I spoke with a woman who's excited about becoming an ambassador, and we got off topic a little bit. And, she's going to be doing some stuff at her local library. And she shared that she doesn't really have a support system. So we were opening up to each other. And I told her, and I said, well, I see you, and I'm here as your RP sister. And both of us just got emotional. And it is recognizing that some of us, like me, I have a really good support system that allows me to be there for other people who don't have a good support system, and just kind of be there for each other too. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And as you are, as Barry quite rightly said, are a program director for Austin's Amazing Ambassadors. And as also that this idea for Austin's Amazing Ambassadors came from a conversation we had together on Tea and Poetry. for those people who weren't there on that call or don't know what Austin's Amazing Ambassadors is, can you tell everyone what it is, how it's going to work, and how they can get involved before we do the official launch?
Yeah. Basically, our overall goal as ambassadors is to go into our local community and to talk about it, talk about blind and low vision awareness, get the kids asking questions, and to, at the same time, share Austin Amazing Adventures. And that's going to get those conversations starting. And that's going to get the community to kind of listen and go, this is a conversation that needs to be had. So my goal as director is to help these people facilitate these conversations in their community. So, you know, I did it recently where I went to an elementary school. Dave and I collaborated with a teacher of the VI. We did sort of an assembly with kids, and a gal that I'm working with now, she's going to go into the local library, and they're setting up a special event, I think over the summer, where she'll go there with her guide dog in the book. And again, we'll be talking with you soon, I'm sure, about it. Just getting the kids in the community there to talk about it. And she's going to reach out to several other facilities that have access to children in the community who are blind or low vision. So anyways, yeah, it's just all about getting in the community, talking about it, and sharing Austin's Amazing Adventures, because that book is the key to starting those conversations.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be schools, does it? You know, we're going to have a variety of all kinds of people, hopefully as ambassadors, you know, every age group, you know, every kind of background. And, you know, it could be going into, as you rightly said, a local school. It could be going into a library. It could be going into a local, you know, support group. It could be, you know, any kind of into your community, sharing your own experiences, and then also sharing how you relate through the book as well. So, you know, there's so many things that you can do as an ambassador, and obviously Barb's going to be, you know, front and center, you know, helping people, you know, get set up as an ambassador. So if you are interested in finding out more and seeing if it is something that you could do, then, you know, we're going to have a way of you getting in touch with Barb to do that. If you do become an ambassador and you go into your local community, then not only is Barb going to be on hand, but I am going to be on hand to zoom into these kind of things as well, and you know, do these events with you, so you won't be on your own.
Yeah, and I just want to say, first of all, Barb's email address is Barb, B-A-R-B, at ldlighthouse.org, LD for Lanny D, ldlighthouse.org. So Barb at ldlighthouse.org. Austin's Amazing Ambassadors is under the Lanny D Chesapeake Lighthouse umbrella. And just very grateful, Barb, that you're going to be steering the ship for this incredible project. And we've been waiting for you to come on board at the right time, and everything's got a time and place. So now is the time. And we have some incredible branding that is being developed for this project. There are going to be virtual opportunities. There are going to be in-person opportunities, and it's truly a great time.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm excited.
Good. And if anyone here is planning to be at the Foundation Fighting Blindness Visions conference in Orlando, I think that is going to be like the official launch for the program. Of course, you heard it here first. We always like to share with our community, the tribe first, but that will be, I think, the grand celebration as far as launching the program. So really looking forward to that.
We have a lot of things to announce coming soon, don't we?
We do. There's always things brewing, and you know, there's some stuff that is ready to be announced in the coming days. So very excited about that as well. So truly exciting. Anyone else want to share anything here? Oh, actually, I was bringing on Tori. You said you want. I have Tori.
Yeah, here. If Tori wants to come on, I would love to.
She's here. She is here. I'm going to ask her to unmute and take it away. Nope, you're still muted. There you are.
Hi, I wasn't really expecting to say anything today, but hey, yeah.
Hi,
So,
Tori.
hi, as Dave said, I work as a teacher for children with vision impairments, and I also have RP. So yeah, I think that Austin's Ambassadors sounds absolutely brilliant.
And you have the book, don't you, as well?
I do have the book, yeah, I do. I think, yeah, I think I had to like have it shipped over because I don't think it was available in the UK when I got it. But yeah, I do have the book. So
Awesome.
And how's your experience been with it? You know, have you used it in class yet, or you know, what have you done with it?
So I don't actually teach like within a class. I go and advise. So I
Of
go
course.
around to lots and lots of like mainstream primary schools, and I advise other teachers on how to support the children with vision impairments there. But I do work one-on-one with some children, and I teach them Braille, and like I help them to sort of express how they're feeling and kind of like make sure that they're getting the access arrangements that they need as well at school.
So going on tonight's topic, and this is kind of talking quite a wide perspective, but you actually, you know, talking about how families are affected, and you know the great, you know, variety of the, you know, the different circumstances. You pretty much see it all, don't you?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Yeah, so like lots of families deal with it in different ways. And you know, it can be really, really hard for them. I speak to some parents, and you know, they're really, really upset, and they don't know how to support their children. It can be very difficult.
One of the things I get asked quite a lot. I do a lot of, obviously, kind of podcasts and things like that, and a conversation that always seems to, or question I should say, that always seems to come up is, you know, what advice would you give to someone, you know, at the beginning, newly diagnosed, that kind of thing. And so I've answered it in a variety of ways, but one of the things I always tend to talk about now is, and I am right in saying you have RP as well, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things that I always kind of say to people and answer that question with now is not to spend too much time worrying about things that haven't happened yet. We're all guilty of, you know, wondering how we are going to be, how our lives are going to be, how we're going to cope when, you know, we've lost more sight. And we spend so much time, too much time, worrying about these things instead of appreciating, and this is back to that original poem right from the beginning of the call today. We spend too much time, you know, worrying about things that haven't happened yet, instead of appreciating what we have now. And that is kind of my advice, is to, you know, although it's natural to do that, is to constantly remind ourselves that, you know, we should focus more on the things that we have now, the beauty in the world that we see now, the positives in today, instead of the what maybes of tomorrow that might not ever happen. Because nothing's ever, like, take a condition like RP, nothing's guaranteed about the future, about tomorrow. Tomorrow is not promised to anyone. We, you know, we talk about that, that stat of, you know, I think it's something like 93% of people affected by low vision and blindness have some kind of useful vision. So, you know, only 7% or there or thereabouts have no light perception, see nothing, the way that most people outside of our community regard blindness to be. Yet we still spend most of our time worrying about how, you know, we're going to be if we're in that 7%. It might not ever happen. Yeah. So if we look at those stats, that should actually be a bit of a comfort to us. So, you know, and even, you know, even if we do end up in that 7%, the people that I know with no light perception are actually a lot better adjusted than those who have a little bit of sight. You know, I know we have Diane, who is not on the call tonight, I believe, but she's with us, you know, all the time and works with us at the LD Lighthouse, and she has no useful vision, but she lives the most fantastic, full, life, and she's happy and laughing, and wouldn't change a thing. And I've met so many people like that, so that brings a lot of comfort to me.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely. And I would say, like, I think like a lot of people worry about, oh, they won't be able to do this, they won't be able to do that, but actually, it's just you do things differently. You can still have a job, you just might access it differently. You might need some different adjustments, some different equipment, but you can still do everything that you want to do.
Absolutely, 100%, and that's the message that we just keep need to telling people. And I want to thank you, Tori, for joining us. I know we're going to have more conversations off the other side of this, and I'm going to be helping support on your side as well, aren't I? In the future. So yeah, it's great to be connected.
Lovely, thank you very much.
I just want to also thank you, Tori. I just want to also point out that if anyone has any suggestions as far as for Austin's amazing ambassadors, as far as how to enhance the program, we're always open to ideas, and you can also send those ideas and any suggestions to Barb, and we will, as a team, review and see how we can implement. We always want to make things better and just do more. So want to put that out there.
And I just want to make this very clear as well, in case people, are confused in any kind of way. But this is not just a program for America; it is a worldwide program.
Yes.
We can support this worldwide. No matter where you are. If you want to be an ambassador, one of Austin's amazing ambassadors, you can do so. Absolutely.
It's Dave's message travels around the globe daily, and as I told Dave years ago, as far as the global audience, trust me, it's there. And I always also say that if you have an idea, if you want to put something out there, you want to get something done, you got to put it out there to the universe, and the universe will respond. So you got to just go ahead and take that leap of faith. And if there's something that you've been holding yourself back on as far as trying to do, or you want to do as far as a dream, whatever it is, put it out there. And I promise you, the universe will respond, and you will see positive results.
That's one of the things I've always loved about you, Barry, is seeing just that. We have to get ourselves out of our comfort zones.
Yes.
Challenge ourselves, push ourselves. Take a step. It's funny actually. The thing that comes to mind when I say that is, the last time you and Amy saw each other was on the other side when we were in San Francisco together, just literally a couple of weeks ago now, or 3 weeks ago now, which is crazy that it was that long ago. We were at the Golden Gate Bridge, went to a beautiful spot by the side of the Golden Gate Bridge.
Barry stood you on a wall.
And Barry, Barry said to me, "Get up on that wall." And Amy nearly had a heart attack. But it was one of the best pictures of the entire trip. But it was you that saw that, pushed me to get up on the wall, and I just went for it, even though I could have gone bye-bye. But
that was a king of the world photo. That was a great photo. Yeah, with Dave standing on top of this like rock wall with the Golden Gate in the back and the entire downtown San Francisco, Alcatraz in the background. It was beautiful. It was.
Excuse me, Barry.
Yes,
guys. I'm gonna have to go now, just to let you all know, because I gotta go run some errands. So.
Nope. We will miss you.
I think we're wrapping things up anyway, I believe, because it's that time.
But I'll catch you guys later.
Yes, thank you, Travis.
Okay.
Thank you, Travis.
Bye, all.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I just had one quick suggestion. Have you thought about implementing and getting those books into pediatric ophthalmologist offices, eye doctors? That's a big, huge one, guys.
Absolutely.
When parents are sitting there with their children reading, because I spent so many 3 or 4 times a week in ophthalmologist offices, and you have that in there, and you get it to doctors' offices, guys. You just, inundate schools here at a young age, preschools even. That was my suggestion.
And this is something I've suggested before. If anyone knows anywhere like that in their local community, and wants to donate a copy to the local, eye doctor, ophthalmology, all these different clinics are, for them to have, as Barb would call it, is it a coffee table book?
Mhm.
Yeah, let's get them in there. Barry, I'm sure you can help make that happen as well. So this is exactly right, Alison. This is where we need these books to be found by the people that are going to be helped by them the most.
Yeah, and there's gonna, by the way, and there's also, thank you so much, Allison, for that. You're 100% right. But we're also, there will be a full landing page it is being built out. So when we do it, we're going 100%, and it's going to be a great program. And I know that with not just everyone here who tunes in to TM Poetry, but there are a lot of people who are really excited and who want to make an impact and who have the ability to go out there and share the story and create the awareness and elevate the advocacy. It's going to make an impact, and I promise you it's going to make an impact, because I know that just from Dave and the work that he's doing and the requests that come in on a daily basis that I personally witness. Again, we don't talk about everything here because a lot of it just stuff in the works. It's mind blowing as far as the reaction and the companies or the organizations that are responding. So I'll leave it like that.
It's great. I mean, my ophthalmologist loved your books. I gave him, I got extras from you and gave him a couple of copies, and he has them in his waiting room, and it's, it's cool. So.
Thank you. Tori, great question. At the moment, we do not have a Braille copy, but we are working on something along those lines as far as having a tactile book.
Yes.
So
we like to do things differently, don't we?
Oh, yes. So just like the RNIB, the title of the event we attended was "See Differently." That is 100% sure. We do things differently and we see things differently. So
I think it's time to wrap things up.
It is. I have one question, Dave. Is it because Amy was joining tonight, or you just wanted to change up the scenery as far as why you did not sit in the official TM Poetry location?
Yeah, it's a bit of a squeeze.
Bit of a squish on a tiny chair.
It is a bit of a squish for us on that tiny armchair that's there. Yeah, absolutely.
So, it was funny. I don't remember which call we were on, sometime this week, but I was thinking to myself, I want to build like a studio set of that background.
For that corner. Uh-huh.
Yes.
And look at this, just perfect timing. Chris, come here. And my guide dog Christopher has just come in, just as we're about to finish off with. There he is.
Aww.
Olga's passed out.
So I do want to finish on a piece of poetry to mark the occasion of International Guide Dogs Day. Oh, hang on a second, just on there. Oh, there you go. Of International Guide Dogs Day. Chris is funny. He is pretty much like, he is one of the kids in the house. He loves his sleep like any kind of Labrador dog, as well as his food. But he gets to a certain time of night, and this is the time, 10 o'clock, where he wants to be put to bed, and that's the reason he's come down now. The kids, our teenagers have just gone to bed, so he's been kicked out of their bedroom. So he then comes down to us to say, right, okay, someone take me down and put me to bed in the kitchen. So that's kind of what
I think you should read him some bedtime stories tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, I'm gonna finish off with this piece of poetry before we say goodbye. I wrote this. This is actually from Stand By Me RP Volume 2. There's a lot of poetry in that book in Volume 2, which talks about guide dogs, because when I wrote Stand By Me RP Volume 2 was when I was going through my training. When I got matched with Christopher, and I talk about that whole process. So this is a poem called Guide Dog, and it really kind of sums up what he means to me. And I want to leave you this on International Guide Dogs Day. When the time has finally come, on your eyes you can't rely. You've lost your independence, need some help to just get by. Just know that I'll be waiting, hoping I will be your match. I'll get you out of your front door, turn the key, unlock the latch. If you are short of confidence, then mine is yours to lend. For I will give you all I have, just trust your four-legged friend. Together new adventures through my harness lead the way. My eyes will keep you safe and sound. Your love will be my pay. When all the faces disappear, I'll be at your left side. In blindness, feel like drowning. With my paw, I'll turn the tide. For ever since I was a pup, for this I have been trained. So let me be your guide dog, be your eyes when vision's drained.
Nice.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening or afternoon or morning, wherever you are. Is everyone still there? Yes.
Yep.
Nice. We went blank for a second. Yeah, I just want to thank everyone for joining us. Thank you, Dave, as always. Great to see everyone. Welcome. Hope everyone enjoyed. This hour always flies by, and great to be back myself. And as always, you can check out the Blind Poet YouTube channel where all of these recordings live. Feel free to share, like, all of the above. Spread the word. I did see a new video post to Dave's YouTube channel this morning featuring an update for his Ray-Ban stories. Great video. Encourage everyone to check it out. And yeah, I want to wish everyone a wonderful afternoon, evening, and saying so long.
Thank you for watching Tea and Poetry, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Join us live every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. UK. A big thank you to our sponsors, the Lanny D. Chesapeake Lighthouse and the Low Vision Shop. If you enjoyed Tea and Poetry, please invite a friend, like, share, and subscribe.